So whenever we do these kind of questions, what you want to do is, I think, well, what I find is really helpful is if you first identify what I call the known substance, in other words, a substance we know something about. So we know the mass of aluminium oxide. And then over here, that's this one here. And the target substance, that is the aluminium, because the target substance is what we want to know about. They're asking us to find out the mass of the aluminium. So that's this one here. So I'm going to say this is the known substance. We know something. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it right. Label it up here. This is my known substance, and this is my target substance. So that's your first step. You identify the known and target substance. The second step is to start to find information about these different substances. So we want to first of all find out what is the molar mass of each one. We're then going to use the molar mass to find out the moles of the target substance, because we already have the mass. Okay, so we're going to first of all find out what the molar mass is for each one. So aluminium, so you might want to follow me here. So aluminium has got a mass number of 27. So that means that I'm going to put 27 here. So this is 27 grams per mole. This one, and by the way, do not multiply it by 4. We're not asking what is the molar mass of 4 moles. That doesn't make any sense. We want the molar mass means the mass of 1 mole. So we're just looking for aluminium. So for this part, we're ignoring the big numbers, just the little numbers. So if you want to look at the molar mass of aluminium oxide, that's going to be 27 times 2 for the 2 aluminiums. And the molar mass of oxygen is 16, so we do 16 times 3. So when you put that in your calculator, you should get, I think I know it off by heart, I think it's 102 grams, but I'll just double check. Yeah, 102 grams. So it's 102 grams per mole. So we can write this here. Now, what it's saying, what that means is that we have that if we had 1 mole, it would be 102 grams. Or in other words, if we had 102 grams, it would be 1 mole. Now, what we actually have is 1,020 grams. So now it's quite easy. They've given us some nice and easy numbers. We know that we've got 10 moles because 1,020 is 10 times 102. So we've got 10 moles. Right, now next we need to look at the ratio, because we've filled in this bit for the known substance now. We worked out the molar mass from the periodic table, we knew the mass, and then we used the mass and the molar mass to work out the moles. Now the ratio is you used a balanced equation, and now we look at the big numbers. We look at the 2 to 4, so it's a ratio of 2 to 4, which is the same as 1 to 2. So we write 1 to 2 down here. Or we could leave it. We don't have to write it down there, but some people do. Now this means this ratio is in terms of moles. So if it's 1 to 2 in terms of moles, then this would be 20 moles. So we know that if we had 10 moles of aluminium oxide, we'd get 20 moles of aluminium. That makes sense because you can see it's this is 2 times, we look at the formula Al2 and there's twice as many. Anyway, don't worry about too much about that, it's a bit complicated. So this point is 1 to 2, so 10 to 20. So now we just look at this is the last stage now. We want to work out the mass. As you said, mass is equal to molar mass divided by moles. So, So it's going to be, hang on 1 second. Let me just pause the recording a moment. Yeah, sorry, that formula's wrong, isn't it? Actually, you think about it. Rather than try to memorize the formula, see if you can understand what the formula is saying. If the molar mass, so that's molar mass, this means the mass per mole. So if we had 2 moles, it'd be double that. So the mass is going to be equal to the mass per mole, in other words, the molar mass, multiplied by how many moles you've got. So it's that. And then you rearrange that. In this case, we have, so basically it's going to be 20 times 27. And that gives me 540 grams. So that's the answer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot of that, and then actually I'm just going to stop the video there.